Welcome back to the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. We have crowned a champion in the women's division. Now we turn it over to the men's sides. And we start with men's division 2, Team Caribbean against Team Brazil. My name is Will Wiggleman, and if we have a game half as good as the women's game here, then it will certainly be an entertaining one. In case you missed it, Team Caribbean and Team Egypt went scoreless into the third. Team Egypt went up 2-0. Caribbean tied it late and then went on the power play in OT, but Mila Ciarciello finished off her hat trick, a shorthanded goal to give Egypt their first ever win at any international tournament on the women's side. So very exciting game there. Hopefully we have just as exciting a game here between Team Caribbean and Team Brazil. Caribbean finished 3-0 in the round robin stage and atop the men's division 2 part of the tournament. Team Brazil finished second in men's D2 after going 2-1 in the round robin. Their only loss coming to Team Caribbean, 6-0 on day 2 of the tournament. Of course, as always, with Team Brazil on the ice, I have Claudio up here to add a little Portuguese to our broadcast. Claudio, welcome back again. Should be a very fun game.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I expect, a very fun game. Brazil lost the first one against Caribbean, but don't expect that we're gonna just do the same thing today. Brazil work on their mistakes, try to do a better hockey player, and today we have the full staff, everyone playing. So let's see. Today we're expecting a very fun game as the first one.
And the difference between second and third in this tournament for Team Brazil was a win over Pakistan on day 1. Both Brazil and Pakistan, or Brazil finished 2-1, Pakistan finished 1-2, as they both beat Mexico and lost to Team Caribbean. So the difference again between the bronze medal game and the gold medal game, that win on day number 1. Pause for today's anthems. And once again, the Brazilian men's side opting to go with the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song as their anthem to start the game. In between the pipes for them will be Lee Jaquan Conlu, who has yet to give up a goal in this tournament. He shut out Mexico, he shut out Brazil. 33 saves between those two games, and he will get the start again. We have King Julian from the Pirates, Madagascar, here to drop the puck before today's game at the ceremonial puck drop. And King Julian from the Madagascar franchise. Maybe we get a Team Madagascar next year. How about that? Get them into the tournament. We have Conlu in between the pipes for Team Caribbean, and getting set for Team Brazil will be Rafael Goncalves once again. He is Brazil's #1 goaltender, and he will try and hold off the Caribbean attack, give his team a chance to win. Now, of course, for Team Brazil, they had a player who was suspended, one of their top players, in Isaac Gibbs, who is unavailable for that round-robin game against Team Caribbean. He is back and available for this one. Meanwhile, for the Caribbean side, they'll be without Lance Spencer, who is suspended after an incident against Team Pakistan in their final round-robin game. So that certainly will come into effect, and we'll see how well Gibbs can play in this one. A goal and 3 assists in the win over Mexico to end the round-robin.
O goleiro que está começando do lado do Brasil, Rafael Gonçalves. E o Brasil hoje tem a volta de Isaac Gibbs, que não pôde jogar no primeiro jogo contra o Caribe, estava suspenso pela falta no time do Cazaquistão, no primeiro jogo. Mas está de volta, hoje o Brasil tem time completo e o Caribe tem um jogador suspenso, o número 43, Spencer, não está jogando.
We get set for the opening face-off. The men's Division II gold medal game is underway. Caribbean gets the first touch on it, but a pass by Morris ramped off a Brazilian stick and into that Brazil bench. We get our first stoppage just 7 seconds in. This Caribbean team tore through the first 2 games of their round-robin schedule, outscoring Mexico and Brazil by a combined 13-0. They got a tough test from Team Pakistan the other day in the final day of round-robin. But both of these teams are the most fresh that we've seen any team in this tournament since day one, as they got the day off yesterday. That shot came in towards the net and deflected up high. That day off certainly huge in a tournament like this, where you're just playing games constantly every day, back to back to back. As Conlu able to grab it and make the save. So there should be a lot of energy out there after the day of rest.
O Brasil começa o jogo no ataque, o Rafael Miranda chutou, deu rebote, o puck rodou, veio parar aqui do lado de cá onde o Sócrates deu um chute, o goleiro salvou sem muita dificuldade. O Brasil começa com 2 chutes até agora, o Caribe até agora não deu nenhum chute. 0-0.
Face off, one back by the Caribbeans. Rosario off the glass, didn't get it out though. Bianchini sent it back on goal. That was knocked away by the glove of Chale. Sent on for DeBow. Entering the offensive zone, he has a step to Bow on the backhand. Missed it wide. Cavalcanti up the boards, kept in by Chale. Singleton tried to move it to the middle of the ice, taken away by Tournman. Tried to make a pass off Bezerra, entered the offensive zone, but offside the call against Team Brazil.
Offside do jogador Bezerra é impedimento. Comparando com o futebol, é a mesma regra, a mesma ideia, só que em vez de ser comparado com o último jogador da linha, ele compara com aquela linha azul. Então o puck, a bolinha, não pode passar antes do último jogador. Este é o primeiro jogador de ataque.
Moved into the Brazil end. Here's Morgan trying to toss it by, around behind the net, centered out in front. Now Nunez a chance, sticked away by Goncalves. Up high, Rosario shots, another stick save. Chale battling, has it rimmed up the far boards. Morgan kept it in. Nunez saw that one pop up. Now Kramer working behind the net. Popped up top. Rosario, let it go. It's blocked. Tornman came out to eat that shot. He heads off to the bench. Brazil sacrificing the body early. Kramer tried to sweep it out in front. Taken away by Gibbs. Plays it to himself off the back of the net. Now Gibbs skates back into it. Steps in. Gibbs gets around his shot. Stopped by Conlu. Couldn't cover up though. And Conlu took some contact. He's looking for a penalty. Melnick was right there in front. Here's Razor with a chance. And this shot was blocked, but they blew it dead. Looks like the net came off there. Conlu having a conversation with the referee. Thought he took some contact.
O jogador, o goleiro do Caribe no rebote ali, o jogador 60 Milner que chegou fazendo uma pressão e deve ter caído a luva dele, por isso o jogo é interrompido para a proteção do goleiro. E agora um face-off ofensivo do lado do Brasil. E só corrigindo o que eu falei com relação ao offside, o puck tem que passar antes do jogador, não depois.
Top line out there for Brazil. That one off the side of the net, off the back glass. Here's Melnick, who leads Brazil with 4 goals in this tournament so far. Gibbs, despite just playing the 2 games in the round robin, tied for the team lead with 5 points with Melnick. Conlu able to stop it behind his net. Float pass in the direction of Darius Nichols, who leads his team with 6 points, had a hat trick against Pakistan, a 4-1 win for Team Caribbean on the last day of round robin play. Nichols tried to drop it off, intercepted. Miranda couldn't move it ahead. Nichols' stick breaks. He has to head back to the bench. Meanwhile, it's fed up to DeBow. DeBow surrounded by gold jerseys. Brazil trying to work it out. And now it's dumped back in by Team Caribbean. Bianchini for it. Up ahead, pass didn't connect with its intended target. Dump back around. Socrates lost an edge. He's able to pass it along. Try and move back in, can't do it. And now Rosario off to the near side. Singleton gets in, lost the handle, and it's chopped out of the zone all the way down. Rosario chasing after it, and icing called against Team Brazil.
Brazil is trying to fix a few of the issues on the last game where they gave a lot of space, defensive space to the Caribbean team. Now trying to protect more their goalie. So Caribbean is finding a little bit more difficulty today to find an empty spot to shot on the goal.
Off this face off, it's won back by the Caribbeans. Down low, Kramer. Tied up by Bianchini. Suicide scrum in the corner. Pulled out in front, but unable to get a shot away was Morgan. Rosario kept it in at the line, headed back towards Morgan. He and Socrates tie up. Socrates wins that battle. Weaving his way up through neutral ice. All by himself. Throws it up the back glass. Slade first on it. One chopped up and stayed in play. Kramer hustling up into the offensive zone. Kramer moved it back up as Zera comes together with a Caribbean forward. Swung around the net, up to the point. Rosario sent it through off the back wall. Morris tripped up, and a penalty coming up against Team Brazil. Caribbean, the first chance on the power play of this gold medal game, Men's Division 2.
Falta do time brasileiro, o jogador número 16, Gabriel Bezerra, deixou o stick, ou foi a perna, e o jogador do Caribe tropeçou, e causando o pênalti chamado tripping. Então, falta pro Caribe bater. Eles ficam com 5 jogadores, o Brasil fica 4, por pelo menos 2 minutos, ou um gol acontecer de qualquer lado. Aí o jogador sai do penalty box.
Off the start on the power play, it's Chale. Trying to float it through, goes off the side of the cage. Socrates able to find it, couldn't fire it out though. Chale looking down the wall, able to get away from Socrates, comes right back, lift his stick, Cavalcanti, soft toss ahead. Robertson swung and missed, couldn't get it out, it did just cross over the blue line. Caribbean has to regroup back in their own end. It's Nichols revving up the engines. And you know he has speed, flying up the left wing side. Nichols dangles in, lost it at the last moment. Up to the point, Chale walks the blue line. Down towards King. Across to Rosario, Chale. Down to Risby. That shot off the side of the net. And fired all the way down. And we just saw Nichols flying up with all of his speed. Very important for the Brazil defense to stay tight in their gaps and make sure that they're not up too far where Nichols can just get around them. They have to keep him in front of them as that one rises over top of the cage. Risby trying to cut in front. Then Kyle swept it away with his goal stick. Fed across, Singleton fired it wide. Rosario with a good pass out. Goncalves trying to cover, and he does.
Caribe aproveitando a superioridade numérica para chutar mais, passar mais, girar o puck. Eles estão trocando de passe de um lado para o outro o tempo inteiro. Agora um chute forte, frontal, o goleiro Gonçalves. O puck passou um pouco fora, voltou. E no rebote, encostaram ali no goleiro, o goleiro segurou. Fez salto para o time do Caribe.
DeBow after this loose puck. 18 seconds left on the Caribbean power play. Suezo had it back across. Miranda came back to break it up. Singleton just pushed it past the net, and he looks to get it back. DeBow up to the point. Caribbean power play is over as that one floats wide. Now Brazil looking to get back on the attack. Here's Melnick working in, cuts over, gets back to it, and Conlu stayed with him the whole way.
Contra-ataque perigosíssimo do Brasil assim que o power play acabou. Melnick puxou, passou pelo defensor do time do Caribe, só no mano a mano com o goleiro. Chutou, o goleiro defendeu na primeira, deu rebote, mas se jogou em cima do puck. E o goleiro não precisa segurar o puck só dentro da área, ele pode segurar fora também.
And of course, again, Melnick, leading scorer per Team Brazil with 4 goals in the round robin. Had 2 of them and an assist. The 5-2 win over Team Mexico. Socrates trying to work up the left wing side now. Melnick takes a look, floats it down in Gibbs' direction. Gibbs tried to swing it out in front. Morris on it now. Now Melnick down deep. Gibbs and Morris tied up. Pardon me, that's Rosario tied up with Gibbs, who's able to win the battle. Puck left behind. Melnick let it up. It's taken away by Rosario. Right back in. Rosario a shot. Blocker save by Goncalves. That pass out off a Caribbean stick. Morris looks to turn it right back up. Socrates. Go back behind his own net, start the breakout from there. Let it up towards the Caribbean blue line. Tornman did not get a touch on. Pizarro won the race, so no icing. Cavalcante up to the near side. Robertson hustling in. Robertson throws on the brakes. Up to the point, Bianchini. His shot stopped. Rebound available. And it's cleared away by Chale.
Boa jogada construída do time brasileiro. O Cavalcante passou, o Gabriel deixou para o Robertson. E no chute, o goleiro deu rebote, mas não estava ninguém para aproveitar lá.
Battle for along the boards. Robertson upended. And now Tale taken down. Robertson a shot. Couldn't find it past Conlu. Caribbean trying to exit their own zone, and they do. A 2-on-1. Risby works in. He scores! Khalil Risby has broken the ice in the gold medal game for Team Caribbean.
O Brasil fazia um bom trabalho em manter o puck na zona ofensiva, mas teve um contra-ataque agora. O jogador ficou no 2 contra 1 com o goleiro, chutou entre a mão e os pads do goleiro, os leg pads, o protetor das pernas, e fez o primeiro gol do Caribe, faltando 5 minutos e 20 para o fim do primeiro tempo. Primeiro período.
A 39-year-old Risby with his first goal of this tournament. Caribbean the 1-0 lead in this gold medal game. Looking for more now as Singleton reaches out for that puck. Goes off the side of the net. Miranda up off the boards. Trying to force it out is Brazil, and they do. They get past Slade. Dabo chasing back after it, watched by Melnick. Now it's taken away. Miranda on goal, kick save. Comes to the line. Zuro let it go, he scores! That one deflected off of Slade, the Caribbean defender on the way through. Brazil has tied it right back up.
E o Brasil não deixou muito tempo o placar como estava. Jogada ofensiva, o puck sobrou para Cazu, lá da linha azul, que chutou. O puck desviou no jogador do Caribe, enganou o goleiro e foi para dentro do gol. Brasil empata agora. Brasil 1, Caribe 1.
And how about Brazil's 39-year-old Alexander Cazu with his first goal of this tournament. He has represented Team Brazil at 3 Latin Cups, and he scores a huge goal here in the gold medal game at the Dream Nations.
E o goleiro caribenho, que não tinha levado nenhum gol até agora, levou o seu primeiro.
Morgan a steal. Trying to float it out in front. Kramer back after it. Tied up by a Brazilian defender. Poked up to the line. Rosario, little head fake. Tried to work down the boards. D-to-D pass. Morris, centering feed. Nunez couldn't catch it on his backhand. Turn around try by Morgan. That was blocked by McColgan. And it's bounced out of the zone all the way down. And will go on net. So no icing. The sun peeks back in to the rink at American Dream. A steal. That's taken back by Morris. And now Morris will work up one-on-one against Cavalcanti. Brazil getting back to defend. And Cavalcanti will cover the puck in the corner. Burst over to the near side. Morris taken in with his head up. Poke to the line and out of the zone. Tornman trying to work ahead, but Rosario able to recover. Now here's Morris with King. Morris takes a look, and his shot stopped by Goncalves. Risby recollects in his own end. Under 3 to play in period 1. Team Caribbean and Team Brazil knotted up at 1 goal apiece in the men's Division II final. This is an icing against Team Caribbean.
Brazil showing today that the game is going to be different. Tied the game 1-1, and it's not giving a lot of space to the Team Caribbean, who is struggling a lot to find an open space to shoot on Gonçalves. So far, good game from the Brazil team, and the Caribbean still trying to find space to try to score more.
Rosario able to bounce it ahead. Risby back to Rosario. Steps his way in, dropped it off. Nichols couldn't cut in. is the only rematch on Championship Sunday. The Women's Division and Men's Division 1 matchups are first time between two teams that did not face each other in the round robin. Of course, in Men's Division 2, all 4 teams met in the round robin play. Here's Miranda, shot punched out by Conlu. Miranda knocked to the ice by King as the physicality was picking up, and they'll send King to the penalty box.
Boa jogada do 60, segurou, passou pela blue line e encontrou o Miranda livre, que chutou. O goleiro fez uma boa defesa com o blocker. E gratuitamente o jogador King, número 21, resolveu empurrar o jogador Miranda. Dessa vez, hoje, tem uns 4 juízes, eles estavam observando e marcaram o pênalti, 2 minutos de power play para o Brasil.
So Brazil an opportunity to take their first lead of the game on this power play as King steps into the box. Off the face-off, comes out of the zone Bianchini, trying to keep it away from an aggressive Caribbean PK. One tossed out and all the way down. Roughing was the call against King as Gibbs has to chase back after it. Chased by Singleton. Gibbs throws on the brakes, gets some space over to Kelly, Socrates Kelly. And Socrates starts to move up ice. Weaves his way in. Socrates, nice move. No curl back. Head it down to Gibbs. Working up the wall. Ripped it across to Socrates. Looking in front. Fed it back across. They score! Melnick driving the crease, but no goal. They wave it off. A kicking motion was the signal. You are not allowed to kick the puck into the net. In hockey, you have to use your stick. If it does go off your skate and they say it was deflected, then that is allowed, but a distinct kicking motion is the key wording of that rule. So you cannot have a distinct kicking motion, kick the puck into the net and stay 1-1.
Gol do Brasil, mas não valeu. O juiz entendeu que o jogador usou o patins dele para chutar o puck no gol. Você não pode, até pode bater no patins, desviar e entrar. Mas se o jogador fizer a intenção de chutar o puck ao gol, o juiz considera como um chute e anula o gol. Foi o que aconteceu agora. O gol foi anulado e vai ser batido o face-off aqui na linha na zona neutra. O placar continua 1-1.
So the Brazil power play will continue for the next minute and 5 seconds as it's tossed into the Brazil bench and it knocks over everybody's backup sticks. Somebody will have to go fix that stack. But it will lead to an offensive zone draw now for the Brazilians. There'll be about 10 seconds left in this first period once the penalty to King expires, unless Brazil is able to score first. Gibbs tried to look in front, lost it as he went to pass it. Cavalcanti on goal, saved Conlu. Rosario able to step out. Now he started to move up ice. He'll fire it all the way down, under a minute to go in the opening period. Rizzer up to Gibbs. Pass out to Robertson, has to chase back up to it. Robertson working on Rosario, moves it up to the point. Socrates across. Cavalcanti let it go and missed wide. Robertson behind the net. Center, Gibbs in tight. Couldn't get it to go. Final 10 seconds ticking off this Brazil power play as Morris going after it with Cavalcanti. They tie up, it's popped out for Socrates. Off to the right wing side, couldn't find Melnick. King, fresh out of the penalty box, trying to swoop in. Nichols overskated it, and that's going to do it for the opening 15 minutes of this one. Caribbean gets a goal from Khalil Rizvi. Brazil counters with one from Alexander Kozo. And it is a 1-1 game in the men's Division II final. We will be right back with second period action here from the Dream Nations Cup. Getting set for the start of the second period here between Team Caribbean and Team Brazil, tied up at 1 goal apiece. Championship Sunday continues here from the Dream Nations. Nichols skates in, had it poked off his stick, and now Gibbs moves the other direction along with Melnick. Gibbs with a shot, fought off by Conlu. Back the other way comes Team Caribbean. Rizvi tried a toe drag move that didn't work. Melnick couldn't move it out. King in front, Rizvi stopped, rebound, and he pushed it just through the goal mouth. Now Tale fumbled with it at the line. Rosario skates back in, gets a chance on his backhand. Goncalves with the save, and he'll hang on.
Boa jogada do jogador caribenho, passou infiltrou na defesa brasileira e tentou chutar de backhand, ou seja, quando ele joga com o lado de trás do taco, não o lado melhor dele, né, o lado de trás. E a bola bateu ali em Gonçalves, caiu na frente dele e ele não teve dúvida, se jogou em cima, parou o lance e volta agora. Face-off do lado ofensivo do Caribe, 1-1 é o placar.
We're gonna face up in the Brazilian end. Comes to the boards, McColgan. All the way around. Posse gets there first for Brazil. Rosario trying to flip it ahead. He gets it back from Silverman. Up the boards, rink wide feed. Charles DeBow trying to skate back after it. Brazil. McColgan off the boards. Rosario stopped up by McColgan, trying to skate his way back in, but DeBow takes the puck. Long lead pass is on to Rosario with a step, sent across. What a save by Goncalves on Singleton. He had the entire net to shoot at, and Goncalves came across to keep the game tied.
I didn't see all the matches, but it has potential to be the save of the championship.
Singleton shot gloved and held by Goncalves. And I'm going to have to agree with you, Claudio. That very well might be the save of the tournament.
Jogada do time do Caribe, aquela que passou agora, passou falando, O jogador do Caribe deu um passe, o jogador do livre para fazer o gol. Mas o Gonçalves se mexeu rapidamente, fechou a porta e nada de gol para o time do Caribe.
Off the face-off, Brazil trying to get out of its own end. There's Robert Sid. Trying to make a move at the Caribbean blue line, that didn't work. Tournament, they will step in. Tournament on the left wing. His shot stopped by Conley. Rebound, score! Robertson driving the net, able to put Brazil in front.
Boa jogada do time brasileiro. Veio em contra-ataque. O Tournament roubou aqui na zona neutra, foi avançando e chutou no goleiro, que deu rebote. O que ele deu várias vezes no primeiro jogo, mas dessa vez tinha alguém lá para ajudar a concluir. E Robertson não deixou barato, colocou para dentro e o Brasil vira o jogo, fazendo agora 2-1.
That's why you drive the net. Lucas Robertson with his second goal of this tournament. And if you're around hockey enough, you may hear the term a pass-off pad, or shooting for a rebound. And that's exactly what Tournament did. You shoot for a rebound, give your teammate an opportunity to catch the goalie out of position. It's exactly what happened there. And Brazil takes the lead. First time Caribbean has trailed all tournament. Nichols trying to work ahead. Gibbs, cross-ice pass. Miranda on it. Try to feed it back. Nichols took it away. Here comes King. King harassed by Miranda. King around the net. Had his stick lifted by Gibbs. Pushed it towards the cage. Cavalcanti ripped it out to Melnick. Gets the red line, gets it in. Slade, first on in the corner. Under 12 to go in period 2. A 2-1 Brazilian lead. Cavalcanti back in his own end. Gave it up to Tournament. That's all the way across, picked off by Nichols. Nichols flying in on the right wing side. All the way around the net, try to wrap, save Goncalves, and he covers up.
O jogador do Caribe tentou dar a volta por trás do gol e surpreendeu o goleiro Gonçalves, que estava ligado, se encostou, protegeu direitinho e no rebote colocou a mão por cima. E quando o goleiro cobre o puck com as suas mãos, o jogo é interrompido para proteção do goleiro e face-off do lado direito do goleiro Gonçalves.
Popped high in the air. Rosario able to move it across to Bo, let it go. And a glove save by Goncalves.
O time do Caribe tentou acelerar o jogo. O Singleton passou para o número 72 do Caribe, que chutou, mas o goleiro Rafael Gonçalves segurou tranquilamente. Face-off ofensivo do time do Caribe. 2-1 Brasil.
Need a new puck here out of this face-off. And in case you missed the women's game, we're going with a 4-referee system for the championship games here at the Dream Nations Cup. And what that means is 2 referees and 2 linespeople. That shot blockered away by Goncalves. And for those who may be unfamiliar with what the difference between a referee and a linesperson is, they're all wearing the black and white stripes, but the referees have those extra stripes. Here it's blue and pink for the Dream Nations Cup, but typically at most levels of hockey, you'll see the referees with orange stripes as opposed to the linespeople who don't have that extra stripe on their sleeves. Here's Tournament chopping it over top of the cage. Now, the referees are responsible for calling goals and penalties as Becerra's shot stopped by Conlu. The linespeople are responsible for things like offsides, icings, and other violations such as that. Again, at most high levels, including and most notably, of course, the NHL, they go with 2 referees and 2 linespeople And it's just one of those extra things about hockey that you may not have noticed throughout the tournament, as they were only going with 2 referees, but here we get the full 4 referee linesperson set. Pushed ahead by Brazil. Rizzer gets the red line, dumps it around. Conlou came out to play it, poked it away from the oncoming Marchetti. Suicide battle in the corner. Moved up the wall. Socrates goes around Kramer, trying to get back to the puck, but Rosario able to chop it just past the blue line out of the zone. Marchetti put it right back in. Rosario flags it down. Let it on for Kramer. Socrates getting back to defend. Kramer got it down deep. McColgan couldn't work with it. Nunez up to the point. Rosario over to Morris. On goal, tipped. Morgan trying to center. Comes out high. Morgan now. Harassed by a Brazilian defender. He'll move it along. Caribbean continues to cycle it around, and Goncalves makes the save to hang on. 9 minutes left to go in period 2. Brazil, a 2-1 lead.
O que o Will estava falando agora há pouco sobre os juízes. Hoje são 4 árbitros. Normalmente, o jogo profissional são 4 árbitros. E no jogo como da fase de grupo, apenas 2 estavam sendo utilizados, o que é normal nos torneios amadores. Mas então agora são 4 juízes, 2 com faixas nos ombros, que são os principais, e os outros que são o equivalente ao bandeirinha do futebol.
Miranda starts to work up the right wing side. Try to head it up to Melnick. Risby steps over the line. Goes on the brakes, lost the puck. Back up comes Brazil. Pass was behind Miranda though. Popped up in the air, gloved down by King. King behind the net, passed out for Charlie. Now Melnick grabs it back for Brazil. Off the boards. Risby pinching in. Nichols finally able to pull it off the wall. He lost the handle as he made a move. Miranda couldn't get it to Gibbs. Let's see if anyone can just take some control of this puck. And the lead pass is on for Melnick. Steps in to Bianchini. And the pass was in his skates as he was driving the net. Nichols had it taken away. Here comes Melnick working in, and a good stick there by Slade. Cavalcanti able to win the race for icing. He will get a whistle. That's 7.5 minutes left to go in period number 2.
Observação sobre o icing. Se o jogador do time que jogou o puck do outro lado chegar primeiro, é considerado
Nichols had a hold of Becerra's stick. It ended up hitting the referee as they were wrestling for it. Now the referee's having conversations with both of them. No penalties will come of this, but still a little bit of nastiness as things start to heat up. Robertson to the net, was tied up at the last moment. Center it out in front, Risby able to move it along for King. Left wing side, King. Like to spin back, headed across. Move right back down to King. Headed out in front, looking for DeBow, just out of his reach. Charles DeBow back over to the near side. King works it up top. Talley across. Rosario down low, and that one kicked out. Rosario again able to keep it in. King fires it on, deflected, score! Dwight Singleton in the crease, able to poke it home. Team Caribbean has tied it up.
Empate do time caribenho, um chute. O Caribe estava trabalhando bem o puck, girando para um lado e para o outro. Chegou o ponto que o jogador do Caribe limpou, chutou, bateu no goleiro Gonçalves, mas quicou, ele não viu, caiu por trás dele. O jogador chegou por trás e completou, fazendo 2-2.
Well, Singleton with his third goal of this tournament. Both teams have held leads in this game. It's 2-2, about 6.5 left to go in the second. A great back and forth gold medal game in the men's Division II side. Singleton back on it, swept it towards the net. Goncalves covers up.
Singleton que acabou de fazer o gol, recebeu o puck ali, tentou chutar no backhand, Gonçalves estava ligado, segurou. Mais um face-off ofensivo, bom momento agora do time caribenho.
Off the face-off, Morris couldn't get it through. Here comes Melnick. Rosario trying to sweep it away from him, and he does. Great play by Rosario. Keep Melnick from working in. Gibbs, his shot kicked out by Kunlu. Singleton couldn't step by, regains the puck, but offside. The Caribbeans at the line. 6 minutes left to go in an entertaining second period. Tied up at 2 goals apiece.
Melnick está trabalhando bastante no topo da linha azul, tentando impedir os pucks de entrarem, fazendo muito combate aqui. Ele como atacante, combatendo bastante o puck aqui na entrada dos zonas de ofensa de ataque do time caribenho. E agora foi um dos momentos que ele conseguiu conquistar um offside, um impedimento, só empurrando o puck para lá.
Morris gets over the line. Able to fire it down low, Cavalcanti. Now Morris tried to sweep it out in front, couldn't find Kramer. Nunez pulls it off the wall, Rosario back at the line. Over to Morris, lets it go, pushed back out, and Brazil just able to clear the zone. Pass partially blocked by a diving Caribbean player. This time it got through, but couldn't find Marchetti, so icing called against Team Brazil.
No momento que o puck cruza a linha azul da zona ofensiva para a zona neutra, se tiver algum jogador dentro da zona ofensiva, ele precisa sair e entrar novamente com o puck. Foi o que aconteceu agora, por exemplo, vocês podem ter visto o puck passando na frente do jogador caribenho, ele deixou o puck passar porque não tinha nada que ele pudesse fazer, estava em impedimento naquele momento.
Swazzo all the way around behind the net. Couple players collided in the slot. They're trying to get after that puck. Slade takes a look from the blue line. All the way down behind the net. Risby trying to center. Now he'll go around, try to wrap chance. They jam away the blue paint. Goncalves has it covered.
O time do Caribe tentando encontrar os espaços na defesa brasileira. Deu para perceber o jogador livre ali por trás do gol. O Brasil deixou ele receber, deixou ele dar a volta. Quando ele deu a volta, ele já conseguiu chutar 2 vezes no goleiro brasileiro, mas ele conseguiu segurar.
Caribbean pushing, trying to take back the lead. They led this game 1-0. Then Brazil scored 2 straight. 1 in the first, 1 in the second. But moments ago, Team Caribbean tied up the score. Great back and forth contest. Brazil looking for the next shot. Robertson to the net. Becerra just couldn't get a touch on it. Tornman at the point. Reeser trying to push it back down low. Becerra couldn't sweep it out in front. Pushed up the near side. Socrates pinching in. Kept Nichols from chipping it by. Socrates goes on the brakes. Out for Robertson. Gave it back. Socrates looking from the corner. Backdoor feed. Comes out for Tornman. Tornman down low. Didn't get all the way through. Slade on it. They'll push it around this way. Risby couldn't bounce it out. Now Slade took a hit from Robertson. He kicks it along. Finally, Caribbean able to escape their own end. It's Nichols flying up the left wing side. 1-on-2. He collides with a Brazilian player. Tornman thought there was a penalty coming up against Brazil as he shot the puck in frustration at the boards, but no such penalty. Here's DeBow. Spinning it up to Rosario. Back to the line again. Rosario couldn't get that pass. Brazil forced to regroup. Singleton looks to turn it back up. Socrates after it. Culpepper chasing him. Socrates able to reverse it in Bizarro's direction. Now Rosario gets it down low. Singleton scores! Second of the period for Dwight Singleton. And he's put Caribbean back ahead.
Virou do time caribenho. O time do Brasil agora bobeou na defesa, deu um toque para trás. O Singleton estava lá por trás da defesa brasileira, olhou e só escolheu o lado onde ia bater no goleiro Gonçalves. O Caribe agora faz 3-2 no time caribenho. E parece que vamos ter um pênalti aqui no jogador do Caribe por conduta antidesportiva.
Looks like we're getting a misconduct here against Team Caribbean. Believe it's Nichols who's being sent over to the penalty box. Too much barking at either the Brazilian players or at the referees. They've had enough, and now Nichols is being asked to leave. Fernando Slade trying to keep Nichols under control as Nichols skates off.
Não sei o que o jogador Nichols falou, mas o juiz não gostou e deu o pênalti nele em conduta antidesportiva. E não só, em vez de colocá-lo no pênalti box, ele realmente o expulsou do jogo completamente. Isso pode acontecer quando eles consideram que o pênalti passou do limite do jogo de hóquei. Então o Caribe fica com um jogador a menos. Esse jogador não pode jogar mais. O time em si vai ter um power play contra eles. Algum jogador vai ter que ficar no banco representando ele. E assim vai recomeçar o jogo. E o Caribe vai ter um jogador a menos no staff, mas ele não precisa ficar com um jogador a menos no time durante o jogo, exceto pelo momento do power play.
3:20 left to go in the second period. A 3-2 Caribbean lead, but they've lost one of their best weapons in Darius Nichols for the game.
E parece que eles amenizaram a questão dos 5 jogadores. Então não teve nenhum, não vai ter power play.
Well, due to it being a misconduct, not a minor or a major penalty, then there is no effect to on-ice manpower. It still stays 5-on-5.
O Will acabou de me ajudar aqui. Não é misconduct, não é minor, né? Não é major, o penalty não conta como penalty, não conta o power play. Isso diminui os jogadores.
Culpepper sweeps it around. Singleton. Try to cycle back down low. It's pushed out by the Brazilians. DeBow. Will fire it back around. Delayed offsides against Team Caribbean. They have to come out and touch up. But the pass was knocked down by DeBow. Cavalcanti weaving in. Over to Gibbs. He left it behind. Singleton trying to come up on the counter and get it back to him. Singleton couldn't get through. He has 2 goals in this period already. Under 2.5 to go in the frame. Gibbs fires it in. Talway all the way across. Touched along. Talway back on it. Spins, leads it over to Rosario. Well, head fake, trying to find some space. Brazil looking to close him off. Comes back to the Caribbean end. Kramer chased by Robertson, who stole the puck. Robertson couldn't get it over. He had a teammate moving to the net. Rosario came back. Rosario let it all the way out. Here's Morgan working on Cavalcanti. Morgan with a little toe drag move. Couldn't pick it up on the other side. Morgan back on it. Centering pass. And knocked down there was Nunez. Back up comes Brazil. Cavalcanti working on Slade. They will step around. Outside shot. Comes all the way through up the near side boards. And now Morgan starts it up the other direction. He was stymied. Stumped back in by Brazil. Minute 10 to go in period 2. Kramer couldn't get it out. Becerra back towards the net. Now Tornman on it. Morris lost it. Turnaround shot by Tornman. Ends up in the far corner. Robertson bounced to the line. Rizzer couldn't bring it in clean. Team Brazil has to regroup. Sent back towards Brazil territory. Rizzer on it with 34 to go in the period. Looking to Kelly. Little pull-up move, steps in. Kelly looking to turn the corner. His shot rising off the glass. Karam's all the way back down. King hustling after it. King with a step, and he's stopped by Goncalves. Socrates looking for one last rush for Team Brazil. Takes a look at the clock. Socrates couldn't dangle through Slade. Morris dumps it into the Brazil bench. So there will be one more face-off in this second period, deep in Caribbean territory. Brazil with a chance for a quick play off the draw. 3.2 seconds are up on the clock here at the Mall.
O Brasil deu um chute a gol depois de alguns minutos. E chute a gol aqui a gente só conta aquele que vai em direção ao gol, tá certo? Aquele que tem finalização não conta. Afinal, não vai em direção ao gol.
Caribbean won the face-off, and they take it to the horn. Team Caribbean, a 3-2 lead as we get set for period number 3. They're up in the shots on goal department, 22-16. We'll be right back for the third period of this men's Division II gold medal game. Keep it right here in the Dream Nations Cup. Back here for the start of period number 3. Team Caribbean leading Team Brazil by a score of 3-2 in the men's Division II final. And I'm happy to be joined by Jasmine Augusta Miley, part of the Caribbean women's team, and also really the leader of this Caribbean program here at the Dream Nation. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first time at this tournament for you guys. And you certainly had a strong showing. Come on to the scene on both the men's and the women's side. But how much fun have you guys had coming here and being part of this tournament?
It's been an amazing time. I have to say, everybody that has...
Oh, there's a quick chance by Singleton that was stopped. Back up comes Brazil. Gibbs cuts in, takes the shot, he scores! 16 seconds in, Team Brazil has leveled it in period 3. And it's Gibbs, who we talked about, missed the round robin game against Team Caribbean. He was suspended for that one, and he comes up big with that goal in the 3rd period. Another tight gold medal game today on Championship Sunday. Continues to go back and forth. So we continue on in a knotted up game. Gibbs trying for more. He'll swipe it down deep. Move back around, Rosario. They will spin behind the net. Rosario, a long flip up towards Risby. Stolen behind the net, but unable to be played by Team Caribbean. Kept in at the line. King in the corner, taking a look towards the front, went off a skate. Melnick able to skate it out for Brazil. Now Gibbs looking to fly in on the left wing. Gibbs takes the shot off a stick. Caroms all the way back down to the Brazilian end. Backhanded along and out. And Morris takes over. Morris gave it away. Becerra fighting through. Becerra shot stopped by Conlou. Had to wrap it out in front. Robertson, a turnaround try, just slipped wide. Tornman gonna get it back on net. Robertson all the way across. And King will settle it down for Team Caribbean. That went off a stanchion, stayed in the zone. Finally, Team Caribbean able to clear. Loose puck. Tornman ran into a teammate. Morris able to take it, at least momentarily. Kicked around. Kramer takes control. Kramer steps in. Had it poked away by Roney. High flip. That would have landed on the 2nd floor if the protective netting wasn't there. We'll get a whistle and another face-off. I know you got cut off, but again, coming into this tournament for the first time, how fun has it been for your men's and your women's groups?
It's been a great time. Everybody coming down, flying and driving. We did a lot of stuff prior to the tournament start, but it's been an amazing time.
Socrates able to toss that in. Conlou makes the save, and he will cover up. And having both the men's and the women's teams here, you guys able to support each other, kind of bring that noise. How has that been to go out to each other's games throughout the tournament?
It's been amazing. So being able to support each other, and especially the highs, the lows, it's been great.
This one comes to the point off the face-off. Taule throws on the brakes, comes out this side. Kept in at the line. Reeser let it go, didn't get much on it. Slade pushes it around. Moved along. Morgan couldn't bring it in. Back in comes Marchetti. Marchetti shot it wide. Taule gets up, he'll drag it through. Headman feed finds Kramer. Kramer with his back to the net. Trying to move it back to Nunez. Walks the line. Nunez with a shot came through, and Goncalves able to make the save through traffic. Morgan trying to poke it along, and it's cleared out of the zone. And your teams, I've noticed, especially this men's team, you guys play with a lot of energy, a lot of swagger on that bench. And has that just been a lot of fun? You guys, again, you talked about the fun you guys have been having in this tournament, but there's always a lot of energy on the Caribbean benches, both men's and women's sides.
Yeah, we're just here to have fun.
Is the mall one of the more interesting places that you've played in your career?
I would say so.
Just kind of see people walking around 3 levels. Must be a fun view from down there on the ice.
For sure.
Kind of when you're able to take a second and look around. Here comes Tornman. Now it's Bianchini with him. Floated across, Bianchini shot it wide. Robertson tried to chip it along. Rosario up over this way. DeBow looking to skate it out. Fed it along. Robertson able to take it away at center. 10.5 left to go. Tie game 3-3. Third period as Robertson tosses it around. Rosario and Becerra come together. DeBow able to skate up. He'll soft toss it to the far corner. Risby swoops in behind the net, centering feed came all the way through. Suezo fresh off the bench, down to King. Now Gibbs takes over along the glass and out to neutral ice. Team Caribbean able to regroup. Slade to the near side. Risby able to step up, get it back to Slade. Caribbean looking for a zone entry. King will provide it. He had the puck taken away. Gibbs hooked down just a bit, looking for a penalty. None will be called, so Team Brazil continues on. Becerra trying to spin, tried to sweep it to the middle. That shot came in from Melnick, and Conlou got a piece. Gibbs in front, tipped along. Conlou, a couple of great saves, and he has it in the glove. Let's kind of speak a little bit, I guess, about this program, how you guys have built it up, and I guess personally for you, how you've been involved in building up the program.
Yeah, so it all started putting together HPOC movement and being able to recruit players from there.
I guess for those who don't know, you kind of explain a little bit about what the HPOC is and what you guys are about.
Yeah, so HPOC movement is Hockey Players of Color movement. It was designed to be a community for those who needed mentorship in a predominantly white sport, and it just kind of took off from there right before COVID.
You guys have been able to parlay that again into having these teams here representing all the Caribbean islands and the Caribbean area of the world.
Yeah, we currently have about 400 members within HPOC, and I would say a portion of that is players of color who have Caribbean heritage.
Shot by Melnick, fought off by Conlou. Pops up out of play. I'm sure it's tough when you're representing multiple different countries to figure out, all right, what anthem do we play? How have you figured out? You've had a few. You've had a few, and of course, the one we heard before this game has brought some attention. But how have you figured out what you guys wanted to play before games?
So we decided to go with one of the Caribbean Revolution songs, which they were unable to get on there because it's not on Spotify. And one of the captains decided to put the Pirates of the Caribbean, the one game for the men.
When I first heard it, I was like, are the guys in the box playing a joke here? Like, but I love it. I think that's awesome. And Yeah, I think that plays into the fun that you guys seem to be having throughout this tournament. That's what it's all about, is having fun, especially for a lot of guys who may not be playing competitive hockey as much anymore, as they've kind of gotten older, past the school stage of their lives. As Morris tries to push this one down deep. Culpepper centered out in front. Tornman takes it away, working on DeBow. Tornman tried to chip it by. He's all by himself with his team in the midst of a change, so he just gets it deep. Cycle around to the far side. Morris sent it over this way. And King able to fire it back around. Melnick. High flip out. He has a man in Gibbs who has to chase back after the puck. Gibbs working on Rosario, swept her right through the crease. So Rosario took a tumble. Roney able to step in front of that pass. Now it's King tossing it in. Risby locked up by Roney. Risby trying to get to the forehand, couldn't do it. Out comes Team Brazil. The indirect feed is for Melnick. As a man going to the net, it's Gibbs. Melnick tried to send it there, it was blocked by Morris. Kazo towards the net. Socrates all the way down the boards. Socrates back on it. Up high. Let it across. Kazo let it go. Now Gibbs tries to center back in front, couldn't do it. We approach 6 minutes left to go in period 3. A 3-3 game. Tale trying to drag it through. Tale got it out in front. Now it's poked away. Kramer recovers for Team Caribbean. Towards the net. Gibbs off the boards, just out of the zone. Icing coming up here against Brazil. I'm sure it's great for your program here to be able to brag about how great of tournaments both your men's and women's sides have had, to be playing for gold on both sides. And again, feels like a great thing to be able to talk about it and promote as you try and grow the game of hockey.
Most definitely. Like I said, we are just here to have fun. So win or lose, we're still representing our own countries and the community itself.
Slade back with it. They'll throw it around to the far side. Posse tried to keep it in. Morgan looking to turn up ice, spun away. That one-handed, keep it in the zone, but finally it's pushed out. Socrates off the boards and back deep. Slade behind his own net. He'll hang out and hand it off. Nunez flying up. Works in over the line. He lost it. Rosario comes back. Steps in. Rosario couldn't make a move to the net. Now up high. Morris floats it through. Knocked out. Players digging for it. Goncalves doesn't have it. Singleton scores! The hat-trick goal for Dwight Singleton has put Team Caribbean in front with just over 4 to go. That's certainly a big goal for your side here at this tournament.
Well needed, well needed. The boys just need to hold the fort down.
4:07 remains here in period number 3. Referee's having a discussion here about something out of this face-off. The trophy is there in the box. They're making noise over on the Caribbean bench. We'll keep an eye on Goncalves down in the Brazilian net. See if Team Brazil decides to pull in for an extra attacker. Bianchini able to work his way in. Now Brazil looking for a chance. Tournament around behind the net to Morris. Off the glass. Tossed out of the zone. Bianchini chasing after it. Singleton trying to get there first. Swept in front. King stopped by Goncalves. And he will cover up. Another great chance there for Team Caribbean. Go up by 2. So offensive zone face-off here for Team Caribbean. Leading by a goal. Singleton couldn't pull it off the wall. Gibbs on for Melnick. Top Guns out there for Brazil. Melnick's pass behind Socrates. Debeau getting to it. Tied up in the corner. Tossed high and out. Chipped along, Socrates. Able to swing it in. 3 minutes left to go, a 1-goal lead for Team Caribbean. King dropping the shoulder, he scores! That may be the dagger for Team Caribbean as Onyx King picks the top corner. A 5-3 lead for Team Caribbean as King has his first goal of this tournament. .249 left to go. A 2-goal lead for the Caribbean team. And they can see the gold medal in their sights. Morris, D to Rosario. This one tossed out, kept in the zone, and now moved out. Cavalcanti, Singleton couldn't pull through. Cavalcanti gets in, turns the corner. Couldn't get anything there. Becerra moves it around. Bianchini looks to start up ice. 2 minutes left on Team Brazil. Do they have a couple of goals in them? Rink wide feed. Couldn't be brought in. King looks to push it back. Ends up deep in the Caribbean end. Rosario spinning away from Socrates. Gibbs with a steal to the net. He scores! Gibbs with his second. And Brazil is not done yet. A minute 39 left to go. A 1-goal game again. Timeout called here. Actually called by Team Caribbean as they try and set up their defense. This one has been back and forth all game long. Dwight Singleton has stepped up for Team Caribbean, a hat trick. He had the go-ahead goal late. And then Onyx King picked the corner to make it a 2-goal game. And that insurance marker, much needed, as Isaac Gibbs has his second of this third period to pull it back within a goal. Does Brazil have another push in them? 99 seconds up on the clock. Both of these teams in this tournament for the first time, they will go home with medals. Only one will get to go home with the trophy. We had a late tying goal in overtime and overtime in the women's game just before this one. Will we get it again? Or will Team Caribbean be able to avenge the loss by the women's team and take home the gold? I want to thank Jasmine Augusta Miley for joining me up here, talking a little bit about this Caribbean program. She is headed down to be down near the ice as this one ends. Goncalves to the bench. Brazil with the extra attacker. The pass by Gibbs out of Socrates' reach. Picked off. And it's bumped in. King hustling after it. Bianchini pokes it back to neutral ice. Then a 6-on-5 attack for Team Brazil with the net empty. Gibbs, the last two in this third period, starts to work up. Gibbs sweeping to the left wing side. We hit the final minute. Gibbs all the way through to Bo, able to backhand it down ice. Hustling for the icing race. Singleton wins it, then he blows a tire. Socrates flies back up. Socrates tried to dangle in, couldn't do it. Tole couldn't dump it out. Rosario takes a look towards the empty net. He has Singleton. Puck bounced over his stick. Singleton takes a look over his shoulder. Bianchini able to dislodge the puck from Singleton. 23 seconds left to go. Brazil needs to move. Rosario takes it back. Socrates picks that one off in neutral ice. 13 seconds left. One last rush for Brazil. Socrates shot blocked. Comes out of the zone. 5 seconds left. Team Caribbean has won gold in Men's Division II at the Dream Nations Cup. They dominated throughout the group play. They got a tough challenge from Team Brazil in the final. But they are rewarded in their first time at the Dream Nations. Team Caribbean, a 5-4 win in the Men's Division II. The men win gold, the women win silver, as a successful tournament for the Caribbeans. But for Team Brazil, who is also in the tournament for the very first time, a strong showing to get to this gold medal game. A back and forth contest, somebody had to lose, and unfortunately, and for Team Brazil, certainly feel good about their performance in this tournament. We'll have New Jersey Devils alum and two-time Stanley Cup champion Colin White out there to help with the medal ceremony. We talk about a player stepping up in the biggest moment. Dwight Singleton, who had 2 goals in the 3-game round robin. He gets the hat trick in the gold medal game. including the late go-ahead goal that made it a 4-3 game at that point. Onyx King finishes with the game-winning goal, his only goal of this tournament. As the teams shake hands at center ice. We've had two excellent gold medal games. One more left to go today. It is the men's Division I final. That will be between Team Armenia and Team Central America. And I said it after the women's game, I'll say it again, if that one is half as fun as the games that we've had so far, we're in for another great one. Things so tight in that men's Division II, and it showed today as Brazil, who got shut out by Team Caribbean in the round robin 6-0, came back with a very strong performance here in the final. Teams will line up on the blue lines. Please do stick around our gold medal ceremony. And again, New Jersey Devils alum and multiple-time Stanley Cup champion Colin White is in the building to help out with that portion of the show. We will take you down to ice level for the medal ceremony. So Team Caribbean gets their chance with the cup as they won the 2025 Dream Nations Men's Division II title. First time at the Dream Nations there's been a Men's Division II. First time Team Caribbean has been involved at the Dream Nations. So lots of history there, and another great final between them and Team Brazil. We have one more game left in the 2025 Dream Nations. It will be between Team Central America and Team Armenia for the gold medal in Men's Division I. Team Central America finished 5th last year, trying to come for the gold, while Team Armenia trying to complete the comeback trail as they finished 2nd, losing in overtime in the gold medal game last season. We will see if they can get it this year. Central America and Armenia, that one coming up at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, about 35 minutes from now. But a big congratulations to Team Caribbean and Team Brazil on great tournaments. As I mentioned earlier, Caribbean with 2 teams in this tournament, the men's team and the women's team. They go home with gold and silver. A great entrance in their first ever time at the Dream Nations. My name is Will Wiggleman. Thank you so much for tuning in to Men's Division 2 action throughout the week. Thanks for tuning into this one. And if you would like to stick around, the Men's Division 1 game, the final, can be found on DreamNationsCup.com/live, Dream Nations Cup YouTube channel. That should be a fun one as well. We've had an overtime game. We've had a 1-goal regulation game. What do we have in store for the Men's Division 1 final? So we will wrap up the 2025 Dream Nations Cup. But for now, I will check out, and I will see you again for the Men's Division 1 final. Team Caribbean, Men's Division 2 champions.